It's the Digital Board Gamer here, and our week in review for June 16th through the 20th. We got 2 updates to fill you in on, 3 beta games, and 2 full releases, so let's get started. First, an update that I'm pretty excited about. Sky Teams is my most played game on BGA. There are 2 new maps to try out. There's Spain, yellow, Madrid, and then black, Madrid as well. 2 more maps to check out, but always a great addition. They've actually added quite a few constantly. There was one 2 months ago and some 6 months ago. So if you haven't played Sky Teams in a while, you played through them all, 2 more to go check out. Another great addition, Welcome to the Moon. Adventure 4, The Mine, is now available. That's another great addition. I'm halfway through the game of that, and I really enjoy that map, so check that map out. First up for our beta games is Gatsby. Gatsby is a 2-player only game. Came out in 2025. Takes about 18 minutes to play real time, and I think it plays fine turn-based or real time. In this game, there are 3 different tracks you're kind of playing for. The goal is to collect these cards here. If you happen to collect 3 of the same suit or color, then you win the game. Or if you can collect 1 of each of the 5, you can win that way. Or lastly, whoever has the most points. What you're going to do is placing your character pawn here. This little symbol flips back and forth, and you'll take actions. Actions are out here on the board. This one you're trying to create arrows. This one is simply going up the elevators. And this one here, you're completing lines here and then collecting the tiles there. These tiles move around back and forth. You can peek at them, move them around. So you can try to keep the player against you from collecting 3 of the same. Or by maybe possibly hiding one of the ones you need in this mid-elevator and then pushing that track. Overall, this one seems pretty interesting. I completed my first play and I'm itching to play a little bit more. Inc. is a 1 to 4 player game. It's a new game, not a whole lot of information on BGG yet. In this one, you're going to be selecting your little tiles here. You'll be going around this circle here, collecting and taking these down, and then building up this artwork down here, connecting similar colors to each other. When you complete goals, like here, 5 blue I cannot complete because it's been surrounded. But when you complete goals like that, you put down inkwells and so on. And there's some goals. If you complete a 4, 5, 6, or 7, then you're trying to get rid of your inkwells up here on the top right. Still learning this one a bit, but that's just a general gist. Next up, we have Loose, trick-taking game with an interesting twist. 3 to 5 players, voted best with 4, rated 7.4. Takes about 17 minutes real time, and this one plays fine turn-based if you like your trick-taking games turn-based. I prefer them live because they're so quick, but sometimes I take what I can get. The twist here on this trick-taking game is you're playing your hand backwards where you don't know the strength of each of your cards. You know my 2 purple cards here, this is the lower value and this is the higher value, but you don't know which number is which. In a 3-player game, their strengths are 1 through 8, but there's not perfect information. There's a certain amount of cards removed from the deck each time, so you're not 100% sure if you actually have the 8 or not. You know what your opponents have, as you can see here, my 2 opponents have there. I can see what they have, but then you're bidding. So you have to bid on the amount of tricks you think you can take looking at your opponent's hand. It's a really interesting twist. I haven't finished the game yet, but halfway through a couple. I like the bidding, and I like the kind of, recalls me of the poker game, Blind Man's Bluff, where you look at your opponent's hands, but you don't know what you have. So it's really interesting. I know I have 3 reds, but I don't know the strength of them. But I know you have the 8th, the 7th, so I think I can run the last 3. And for all of the full release games, I have my link down below for my full release video. And then on Wednesday, we had Hutan release. This was a full release, 11 minutes on BGA, 1 to 4 players. This is a newer game that works well turn-based or real-time. This is the solo version of the game, but the gameplay plays pretty similar with multiple players. There's only 9 turns when you play against other players, but here in a single player, there's 18 turns. So what you're going to do is draft one of these 3 cards. You're going to be putting them out on your board. Once you put flowers out on your board, you see they went negative. You have to fill them up with similar colors. If you fail to do that, they're worth negative points, either by leaving them open or putting other colors in there as well. I put 2 flowers down there. It's now worth positive points. BGA does a good job of showing you that. This is a single flower of any color. You see when I put it down, it adds a tree. See, I placed a second tree here. Now I can place an animal. When you place an animal, it fertilizes the spaces adjacent, which adds another of that tile. Or if it was empty, you could add any flower, but allows me to put 2 trees there. And you see this spot now is worth 3 additional points because it has an animal. And that's really it. There's some goals that you can play with, but first time you want to play without those probably. And then on Monday we had Sir Ocelot's Cave, an abstract strategy game for 2 players. In this game you're going to be placing tools on the outside of the caves when a object can be seen by 3 different tools. So here are the 3 different tools: the lantern, the compass, and the pickaxe. There was a tile right here. When all 3 of those tools went down, whoever placed the last tool got to pick up this tile and add it to their collection. You do have workers that are come down here, little tokens that represent yourself. These are wild, so they could be any of the tools. But then you're going to slowly start expanding from left to right, getting more and more valuable. You see these, there's a number token on each of these. Those are worth a certain amount of points. In these geodes here, you break them open and you get to see at your opponent how much they're worth. There's some special scoring ones and there's simple just 3-point ones. But like I said, the general gist is you're going to be surrounding a item on 3 sides with 3 different tools. Then you get to pick it up. Overall, this one was fine. It's a little too thinky, I think, for me. I didn't enjoy it as much. For my pick of the week, I want to pick Loose. I think the concept of this, blind trick taking seems really interesting. I have a group of friends and we play all the trick taking games on BGA, and this one is going to be a lot of fun to play through and kind of experiment. So it's my pick of the week for sure. So, well, as always, I'm the Digital Board Gamer. Good luck and have fun.